Welcome to another edition of Robot Wars Extreme Warriors. Last time you would have caught Panzer decimating the opposition. This week you'll see a return of Team Manta with their spinning blade and Medusa Oblongotta with a brand new bot.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mick Foley.
To destroy or be destroyed? That is the question. Robot Wars Extreme Warriors has the answer. The arena is on fire and today's robots are ready to wreck as the hottest robot tournament on television rolls on. Today, 6 contenders are fighting for the right to take part in the ultimate bot-bashing spectacle, the Robot Wars Extreme Warriors Championship. Which one of our Extreme Warriors will get the chance to fight for the ultimate title? Let's get the story from Carol in the pits.
Thanks, Mick. Down here in the pits, the pressure is mounting. The teams are doing their last-minute adjustments. Sparks are gonna fly, robots are gonna die. Back to you.
The heat is on. Whew. Let's go to the battle board and get tonight's lineup.
All right, Mick, tonight we're gonna see Medusa Oblongotta, Rocky Bot-Boa, and the Bat. But first up, we're gonna welcome back Robot Wars veterans, Manta, who will be facing off with Mad Cowbot and Trilobyte. Let's go down to Carol in the pits.
Manta, welcome back for your second season. You guys made it to the semifinals last year, but something happened to Manta. What happened?
We ran out of battery power. We were doing real good and just started slowing down, and then it just wouldn't move at the end, and we didn't get them broken enough to win because we ran out of battery.
Well, what have you done to modify your robot this year?
Well, number one, we put a lot more batteries in, and we had a 12-inch blade and we stepped up to a 16-inch blade, so we should be able to break people a lot better this time.
And the
We
speed?
got a bigger motor on it. It spins 204 miles an hour at the tip.
Pretty fast.
Yeah.
Think Tank and Mad Cowbot. Tell me about this impressive robot machine here.
Our main weapon is this drum. It's a backwards rotating drum, enough power to peel the arm off most competitors.
So it pushes the competition out of the way.
Yes, and it also grind as well.
Okay, and it can run upside down.
Yes, that's one of its weaknesses. When it does flip upside down, the drum rotates the wrong direction.
Okay, well, your first battle is with Manta and Trilobyte. What's your strategy?
Well, out of us 3, I'm the smallest, so earlier in the match, I'm going to duck and hide.
Oh.
And then as they start wearing down in batteries, I'll just come back and finish them off.
Our next team looks like they're from the Secret Service, but they call themselves Innovation Robotica. And your robot's name is Trilobyte. Can you tell us about its special features and this big tooth right here?
Carol, this big tooth is capable of ripping the tires off other robots and also taking complete control of any opponent.
Any opponent, which means that this can lift it to how many pounds?
This arm can lift quite a few pounds. The exact amount is classified.
I heard there's a rumor going around that you're calling the Mad Cowbot the Mad Cowards. Is it true?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
From Greensboro, North Carolina, Trilobyte.
Trilobyte at just over 213 pounds is trying to resemble a stealth bomber and has a 500-pound crush strength with that grabbing arm.
From Stephen City, Virginia, Manta.
Manta, the big boy in this round, at 220 pounds. His primary weapon is a 16-inch steel blade spinning over 200 miles an hour.
From Pasadena, California, Mad Cowbot.
Well, the loony Mad Cowbot boys are back with a steel and aluminum vertical spinner and 2 E-Tech motors that combine 16 horsepower.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Team Mad Cowbot and Team Manta. And there's the Trilobyte boys with Lawrence Fear. And the housebots joining us in the arena for this first bout tonight will be all 616 pounds a kilowatt, joined by Shunt with that diamond edge axe.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Here we go for the first eliminator. Manta off to a ravishing start. He's got 200-mile-an-hour blade on the front of that. Let's see if he can put it to use. He doesn't seem to be doing about 1 mile an hour right now. Manta's going right into the side of Trilobyte, staying away from the obvious weaponry on Trilobyte. Manta's got a lot of speed and agility here. And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of movement out of Trilobyte. Could these guys be in trouble already? It just started. Mad Cowbot just testing the waters. It gets a little bit of Trilobyte stuck in his blade. And now Mad Cowbot's trying to use him as a raft. Refbot is counting down. This could be an immobilized bot right when we just got started. Kilolot comes in for the inevitable destruction of an immobile robot. Kilolot swinging him around. Well, the Trilobyte boys better go back to the drawing board for this one. But Kilolot accidentally rolls over the back of Mad Cowbot. Well, that thing's little and tiny. Better stay out of the way. Kilolot is just rolling the dead body of Trilobyte across the arena. The audience is screaming for the pit. All Lawrence Fear, a Trilobyte can do is wonder what he did wrong. Not a very good showing for the first time out. I'll tell you, but all you gotta know is, out of these 3 bots, 2 are going through to the next round, and I don't think it's gonna be Trilobyte.
Thank you. Man, that was impressive. First, it's Manta dismantling Trilobyte, and then Sir Kilolot moves in and has its way with the steaming metal carcass. Let's hear it for both those teams. Okay, Trilobyte. Now, I notice all of you are kind of wearing dark shades to hide your identities. Probably not a bad idea after that performance. Tell me what happened out there. It looks so impressive.
Well, we made the deadly mistake. We got careless. We forgot to lash down some batteries that came loose. We lost power early in the match.
Oh, it was ugly. So you're saying it was all your fault and none of Manta's doing?
Well, no, they did it to us hard.
I have to disagree. Guys, we didn't really see too much of your machine out there. It seems to me like you might be riding the coattails of Manta into the tournament. What do you feel about that?
That seemed to be our strategy. We
just let them do all the work?
we were planning on hiding behind the bigger Trilobyte, but we seemed to gang up together on Trilobyte.
Well, and I'll tell you what really got my goat is you guys are out there giving 100%, guts, stamina, fortitude, and the crowd is cheering for Sir Kilolot, who kind of comes out there and steals your glory. Maybe a little payback later on?
Maybe. You never know.
Maybe. Sounds like a challenge to me. Let's hear it for all these great teams, even these guys.
Not a bad effort from Trilobyte, but they Trilobite the dust and go out as Manta and Mad Cow go through. Next up, we're going to see Medusa Oblongata up against the Bat and Rocky Bot-Boa.
Trilobyte kind of stopped moving early on in the match, and Sir Kilolot made sure he was spun and flipped out of the competition. When we come back, Manta and Mad Cow advance to round 2. Welcome back to Robot Wars Extreme Warriors. Trilobyte bit the dust while Manta and Mad Cow moved on to round 2. Let's go to the battle boards and check out the next matchup.
All right, Mick, we're going to see the Bat, Rocky Bot-Boa, and Medusa Oblongata, who's down in the pits with Carol.
I'm with Truly Unruly Robotics. Tell me the name of your machine and why you named it that.
Well, this is Medusa Oblongata, and we call her Medusa because she's got a spinning head of death.
What's your strategy? Last season you got knocked out in the first round. What do you plan to do differently this time?
Well, this time we have a more formidable weapon. It's going to probably rip our opponents apart so we can count their rings.
Rocky Bot-Boa is what you call your machine. It's your first time here. Welcome. How do you feel about it?
Well, we're feeling pretty good right now, Carol. You know, we got a 6-inch steel channel here. We don't think anybody's going to be able to get through it, you know what I'm saying? We got a chainsaw that's on the floor. Anybody tries to run over it, it's going to flat spot their tires, you know what I'm saying? We got a really strong NPC motors, direct drive, and we think we're going to take it out. And I think if all you roboteers out there think you're going to take us out, we're going to knock you out.
I finally made it over to the third robot in the battle, the Bat. I've heard all about you through the pits, and I'm very excited to meet all the roboteers behind this massive machine.
Well, the Bat's got bite. We've got fangs here that's going to suck the blood out of the competitors. And we've got a 9'6" wingspan that's going to strike fear into their hearts.
Well, good luck in the battle today. Is there anything you want to say to your opposition?
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
From Sacramento, California, Medusa Oblongotta.
First up, we got Medusa Oblongotta in at 220 pounds. I've seen the inside of this thing. It's packed solid with motors. There's no way anything's gonna rattle loose.
From Leland, North Carolina, Rocky Bot-Boa.
Rocky Bot-Boa in at 213 pounds. Looks like he's got a breakaway saw on that thing, and let's hope it's a little more effective than his accent.
From Stevenson Ranch, California, the Bat.
The Bat in at 204 pounds has got a 2,500 RPM vertical spinner, and I have no idea what those wings are supposed to do.
Roboteer, stand by.
There's Dwayne Bingham, the controller of Rocky Bot-Boa, John Waldron at the controls for Medusa Oblongotta, and Patrick Campbell for the Bat. The housebots in this bout will be Kill-A-Lot and the flame-throwing capabilities of Sergeant Bash.
Three, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go. The Bat gets in the middle of trouble, and the wings go flying, but the Bat doesn't go flying with it. The Bat has got a mean disc on the front, though. 2,500 RPM ought to destroy just about any of its opposition. Rocky Bot-Boa looking intent on doing some damage. As he backs Medusa Oblongotta right into the rail, Medusa doesn't look like he's moving at all. As the Bat gets pushed in sideways by Rocky Bot-Boa, look at the hop off of that thing. Whoa, 2,500 RPM's enough to get some airtime off of these 200-pound-plus robots. They got some major power on that disc as Kill-A-Lot is swinging the dead Medusa Oblongotta around, drags him over to the corner patrol zone where he may just have to devour him. But hold on a second. RefBot's come into the action and he's starting to count down the Bat, when I think it's actually Medusa Oblongotta that was out of there first. And look at Kill-A-Lot put Medusa up on its side. It ain't going nowhere. The only thing is the audience wants to see some damage. They don't care who it is. As the RefBot counts it out, only 2 bots are going to go through, and one has to be a loser. And I believe that loser is going to be Medusa. But we'll see what the judges have to say about this. Well, no matter what the judges say, Kill-A-Lot wants to do some damage, and Bat is at the receiving end, that's for sure. And Rocky Bot-Boa triggers the pin. So one of these lucky bots, or unlucky I should say, are going to get an early burial. Kill-A-Lot sets up the Bat for the kill, and Sergeant Bash comes in with a little tag team action and dumps the Bat in the hole.
See.
Back to the Bat Cave.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Now, granted, it looked like the bat went into the pit, but upon further replay, we're not so sure because maybe one of the other machines stopped working first. So we're going to take a look at that action and let the judges decide.
All right, Mick, I thought the same thing, too. But the bat definitely got dismantled early on. But it was Medusa that I thought was dead right off the bat. If you ask me, if it goes down to a judge's decision, this is a real no-brainer.
I don't need to tell you guys where you ended up, in the pit, right? But upon further review, it appears that you advance into the tournament, and unfortunately, guys, Medusa Oblongotta's machinery stopped working first. I mean, this is the closest call I've ever seen on Robot Wars. You've got to be disappointed.
Yeah, it really is. We're going to have to come back next year.
Come back next year? Well, come back bigger, better, and badder. Now, you guys, you told me all about the psychological intimidation factor of the bat with his wings. You intimidated me, but no one else seemed to care. They hit you with a 1-2 punch, nearly knocked you out of commission. Is that psychologically devastating as you advance into the tournament?
The bat will fly again, and they will work next time.
Is that a guarantee?
Guarantee.
All right, they're guaranteeing calling a shot, kind of like Babe Ruth. Now, Rock, all right, a lot of good work out there. You kept the licking, but you kept on ticking. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of my prime.
Well, at least you had a prime then, Mick.
I like that. You guys took a lot of damage. Top came off, busted wide open, as we might say in my old day. Now, how do you guys feel about coming back with a machine that may not be 100%?
We were ugly going out. We're going to come back mean and ugly coming back.
And that's the way I like it. Let's give it up for all these teams.
There it is, confirmation that Medusa Oblongotta loses their head, which means that up after the break, we're going to see Rocky Bot-Boa go up against Manta and Mad Cowbot up against the bat.
Rocky lost his top, but it was Medusa who lost her head and the chance to go on to the next round. Rocky and the bat will move on to round 2. We've got the pairings of the start of round 2 coming up right after this. Yeah, whoo, the best entrance in the business. You're watching Robot Wars Extreme Warriors on the new TNN. Round 1 is history, and so are Trilobyte and Medusa Oblongotta. Let's check out round 2's matchups.
All right, Mick, in a moment, we're going to see Mad Cowbot against the bat. But first up, the boys from Virginia and Manta up against Rocky Bot-Boa from North Carolina.
Here we are at the second round. We've got Manta versus Rocky Bot-Boa. Manta, how do you think you're going to do against this robot?
Well, you know, we've got a big steel blade on our robot, and Rocky over there doesn't have anything at all. So I think we have an unfair advantage.
You think you got it hands down. What do you think about that?
I think that there's just a little powder puff over there. I'm going to take out everything. They ain't going to have nothing left when we're done with them.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be an interesting match.
This is Team Manta. We're here at Robot Wars with our new and improved robot Manta. It's got a much bigger blade this time with a lot more power, and we're going to try to shred the competition.
Now this is my trainer. This is Mario. This is my other trainer, Luigi. I'm Dewan Bingham with Team TSR. This is Rocky Bot-Boa, and we're here to knock you out.
Roboteers, stand by.
And there's Manta with Jeff Sesnick at the controls and Billy Bowden and Arthur Heckman. There's Rocky Bot-Boa with Dwayne Bingham at the controls and Mike Atkins and Robert Brewer. And the house spots in this round will be Kill-A-Lot, joined by the capable pushing power of Shunt.
Activate.
Here we go, Rocky Bot-Boa off to a quick start. Trying to bury those spikes into Manta, but Manta's got another plan. If he can get that rotating blade up to 200 miles an hour, he might do some damage on old Rocky. But it looks to me like that blade's not working all of a sudden. which would have been his big weapon other than their agility and speed. Manta better do some excellent driving in this round if they want to get through, as Rocky Bot-Boa looks determined. Well, Manta's coming up with another strategy now. And that is probably to push Rocky Bot-Boa around, because that's all they got left. We haven't seen too much action from that chainsaw. Might as well be a hood ornament. Oh, Manta hits the pit trigger, which is a great strategy. Use the arena when you've got no weapons left. Let's see if he can bury Rocky Bot-Boa in a hurry. The audience is chanting for the pit. They want to see somebody go down. I don't think they care who. As Shut puts the diamond edge axe right into the back of Manta. Good strategy by Rocky Bot-Boa, pushing it back into that corner patrol zone. And now it's a real push-a-war or tug-a-war, depends on how you want to look at it, as Bot-Boa puts him back into the corner patrol zone again. Which one of the house bots is going to come in and make him feel the hurt? It's Trilobyte. Trilobyte goes after Manta in a big way. Can Manta get out of there? Yes, he does. Well, he's got agility and speed on his side. Pity about that weapon. Manta back into the tussle with Rocky Bot-Boa. Bot-Boa's done a lot better than I thought they would have in this round, with that silly saw hanging off the back. But Manta's still in it to win it. Still after Bot-Boa, nobody's going to give up. Just a question of who's going to fall in the pit first. You know, hundreds of hours have gone into building these bots. These guys took some serious thought before they came out into the arena. And it only lasts 3 or 4 minutes. But the question is, will their battery power last? Because all that pushing around's definitely draining them. And just as I said that, Manta's looking plenty tuckered out. Ah, they moved just as soon as I say that, but Trilobyte's not going to let him stay there too long. Bot-Boa got the spike in the side. Trilobyte's trying to drive over Manta. And it's all over. Well, it went right to the line. Bot-Boa thinks he's got it, but it's going to have to go to the judges.
Thank you. Well, certainly no clear-cut winner there. A spectacular contest, but really too close to call. It's going to be up to the judges. And while they make what will be a very difficult decision, let's look back at some great highlights.
All right, Mick, this bout was all about brute strength and brawn. Major pushing power on the part of Manta and Rocky Bot-Boa. These guys weren't going to give up. They went all the way through for what looks to me like a dead heat. Back to you, Mick, for the judge's decision.
Guys, all around a great contest, a strategic battle, and it was a tough decision, but the judges telling us by a split decision, 2-1, it's going to be Rocky Bot-Boa.
Yeah, we love you, Mick.
You mean that in a rugged, masculine type way? Okay. I know. Thanks, I need love. But, Jeff, we've seen the Manta do a lot of damage with that spinning wheel, but you're up against a team, Rocky Bot-Boa, whose real offense is that the machine is virtually indestructible. Did that change the way you went about this contest?
Oh, absolutely. That thing was a brick. You can't push it around. You can't hurt it. It's impossible.
So did you turn the blade off, in a sense, and start bringing the house bots into the forefront?
We tried to. Actually, the blade conked out immediately during the match, and we just got into a pushing match after that.
Rocky, you reminded me a lot of my prime out there.
Well, at least you had a prime then, Mick.
You better believe I'm going to use that cheesy line every time I'm up here. You guys, like I said, virtually indestructible. What did you do going about facing Manta, who had destroyed so many robots up here?
Well, we always knew that Manta, they're as great as Apollo was. You know, we were straight on, side by side, but we thought if we just kept on going into them, you know, we just hoped that we could do something against them. They're a great team.
Okay, I think we have a translator ready to translate what you just said. But anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you guys in the final. It's going to be a great contest. Rocky Bot-Boa, virtually indestructible.
All right.
Kind of like me. Let's hear it for all the Roboteers.
There it is on a judge's decision. Rocky Bot-Boa go through to the final to meet either Mad Cow Bot or the Bat.
You guys did really great. You just kind of had some hard luck.
Yeah, well, they put us up against something that would, we pretty much couldn't kill. So, you win some, you lose some.
Well, I was watching your driving skills. I thought they looked great. Your maneuvering was awesome. It just came down to the judge's decision. Did you feel like you got robbed?
No, I don't think so. I think it was a fair fight.
Well, unfortunately, you're not going to go on, but we hope to see you back.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Rocky is in and Manta is out. Sorry, Jeff. Stay with us. Our next battle is coming up right after this. Welcome back to Robot Wars. Rocky Bot-Boa has already moved into the next round in an exciting, evenly matched bout. Ain't gonna be no rematch. Let's go to the battle board for the next matchup.
All right, Mick, we're going to see Mad Cowbot go up against the Bat. The winner of that are going to have to go up against Rocky Bot-Boa in the final. Down to you, Carol.
We're down here ready for the second round. We've got the Bat versus the Mad Cowbot. Bat, you look like you got your repairs done. You ready to go for the championship?
Oh, yeah, and since the Bat is already rapid, mad cow disease doesn't scare us.
You don't think they have any secrets waiting in the wings, per se?
I think we'll just suck the blood right out with our fangs.
Okay, Mad Cowbot, you don't think they're going to make it into a cow patty, do you?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think we have some major advantages. I think they took a beating the last time around, and besides, I think we have some nice hardware here to take care of their weaknesses, and we're ready for battle.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it.
We are Team Think Tank. This is my artist, Gaylord Campbell, my co-mechanic, Wayne Yamasaki, and this is Mad Cowbot. It's powered by two 8-horsepower E-Tech motors, and we have a weapon here that's powered by a 4-horsepower mag motor. It's a vertical spinner mass, and we feel that it's going to peel the armor off the competition at Robot Wars.
We are Gotham Robotics. I am Barbara, and these are my henchmen. This is the Bat, and these are the fangs that will suck the blood out of our opponents.
Roboteers, stand by.
And let's take a look at Mad Cowbot with Ted Shimoda at the controls, Gaylord Campbell and Wayne Yamasaki. And there's the Bat with Patrick Campbell at the controls and Eric Stoliker. The house spots in this round will be the metallic mayhem mastery of Kill-A-Lot, joined by the flamethrowing excitement of Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Here we go for a place in the finals. The Bat and Mad Cowbot, and the Bat takes that 2,500 RPM flywheel and launches Mad Cowbot. Fortunately, the Cowbot boys made an invertible bot. It doesn't matter if he's upside down or not, as he tears a wing off the Bat. And the Bat looks like he's having a little trouble with that flywheel now. Wow, if that thing gets up to speed, you never know what's going to happen. As he tears another wing off the Bat. Well, at least it streamlined the Bat. And it looks to me like Mad Cowbot has only got one side of its drive going because he's spinning circles. Was a great evasive move in the beginning, but the Bat goes for the pit trigger. A great bit of tactics to use the arena when you've got not much left in the weapons department. As the pit goes down, the audience knows it, and Kill-A-Lot is coming out. Obviously, he's chucked the rule books away. He's not supposed to be out there unless someone is immobilized. And Mad Cowbot, he's got half his wheels working, so that's okay. The Bat is looking a little slow, but he's not out of it yet. Well, Mad Cowbot has got that spin down. Maybe that's all he's got left. There's a belt hanging off the front. Definitely lost one of his drive wheels. And I think he's lost a belt off his weaponry as well. Anybody for some Mad Cow burgers? Barbecue is just getting toasty. Well, in true Mad Cow style, he's spinning around in the flames without very much of a sense of direction. And there it is. They both went the distance. This is going to have to go back down to the judges.
We certainly saw a lot of damage being done to both teams, but neither one was incapacitated, so we're going to have to leave it up to the hands of the judges. And while the judges decide, let's take a look at some of the damage.
You know, the judges are going to be deciding on 4 different criteria: style, control, damage, and aggression. And there was plenty of damage and plenty of aggression in this round. Not much in the way of style, I gotta say. Let's see what the judges have to say.
All right, a very, very close judge's decision. I'm not going to tell you guys who won yet. First, let me ask Mad Cowbot. It was up to you. How would you have voted?
Us, of course, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the judges felt differently. They awarded it to the Bat. A very close decision. Great job, though. And Bat, I mean, it was kind of ugly out there. Ugly in a good type of way, in that the Mad Cowbot came out with that spinning rotor and really did some damage quickly. It was a credit to you, I guess. Both of you, as operators, you're able to keep the Bat focused.
Yeah, the wings came off. The spinner was working for a bit. We got a couple good hits in, but then we kind of twanged one of the blades, and then it wasn't able to spin anymore.
It was a little sad to watch at the end, you guys both giving it your all, but really the life had been taken out of you. Now you face Rocky Bot-Boa in the finals, a robot that really is indestructible. Can you guys get it together and make some changes and take on Rocky in the finals?
Yes, the Bat will fly again.
The Bat will fly again. You heard it here, folks. Let's hear it for all the Roboteers. Good job.
And there it is, a Mad Cowbot couldn't quite cut the mustard as the Bat goes through to the final to meet Rocky Bot-Boa.
Move over, Mad Cow. The Bat is flying into the finals in a split decision by the judges. When we come back, the finals, Rocky Bot-Boa takes on the Bat. Stay tuned. It's gonna get ugly. Yeah, welcome back to Robot Wars Extreme Warriors on the new TNN. Thank you, young man. The battles have been fierce, the violence graphic. We're down to 2 robots fighting for the right to be the one to advance to the Robot Wars Extreme Warriors Championship. The card calls for Rocky Bot-Boa to take on the Bat, but first, let's see how we got here.
Well, we started out with 6 amazing bots. The first battle was Manta up against Mad Cowbot and Trilobyte. Let's take a look at some of those highlights.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, from the get-go, Manta was doing everything. He had all the speed, and he had a weapon in the beginning, but lost it really quickly to Trilobyte. Mad Cowbot was just sitting back there taking chunks out of people, but didn't really spend a whole lot of time being aggressive. Trilobyte, on the other hand, came in with tons of aggressive attitude from the team, and soon was made to feel the pain from the robotic prowess of Kilowatt. And as the crowd bayed for the pit, Trilobyte got flipped.
Well, that wasn't Trilobyte's finest hour, but you can bet we'll be back tougher than ever.
Next up, we saw Medusa Oblongotta up against Rocky Bot-Boa and the Bat. Rocky Bot-Boa from the start was up to ramming speed, taking out one of the wings of the Bat, but the Bat had something up its own sleeve, something like a 2,500 RPM spinning disc that would have definitely launched any bot in the arena while it was in full function. The Bat lost both its wings, but not much else. But it was Medusa who needed the brain surgery, and Dr. Kilowatt came to the rescue. Well, controversy surrounded the war zone as usual, as RefBot counted out the Bat, when it was really the judge's decision who said that Medusa was the one that was out first. And even though it was the Bat that hit the pit, it was Medusa that had to quit.
I guess it's time to do some repairs.
So with Medusa Oblongata out of the picture, that left 4 bots left in the competition. And that was Manta up against Rocky Bot-Boa, and the Bat up against Mad Cowbot. Manta up against Rocky Bot-Boa were toe-to-toe, evenly matched all the way from the beginning of this battle. Just burning out their motors against each other, ramming each other up the front, hoping one of them would come up with the upper hand. Great tactics were used in there. As you see there, Bot-Boa is pushing Manta back into the CPZ to get the housebots involved. And then once again, Rocky Bot-Boa put Manta in harm's way with Kilolot. Well, both bots were running out of power and running out of time. And they had to end up using the judges to decide this one. But it was Rocky that got the vote.
That's what I want to do, baby!
So Manta sank without a trace, and that meant that Rocky Bot-Boa was going to go up against the Bat or Mad Cowbot. Right from the beginning, Mad Cowbot and the Bat had an amazing tussle, and the sparks were flying off of that 2,500 RPM spinning disc of the Bat. But the Mad Cowboys weren't going to take it laying down, and they came after by ripping the wings right off the Bat. But it was this hit right here that knocked the drive belt right off of Mad Cow, and also their weapons belt, which left them out of control and burned. But it had to go to a judge's decision, because they ran out of time.
If we get past this round, we got a lot of work ahead of us.
And our distinguished panel of judges gave it to the Bat. Which means the final looks like this. Rocky Bot-Boa against the Bat. Down to you, Carol.
The Roboteers are working very hard in the pits behind me, especially two. We have the Bat and Rocky Bot-Boa. They're going to be battling it out after the break for a place in the top 8. So stay tuned to Robot Wars Extreme Warriors on the new TNN.
Yeah, the final round of fight to the finish. Rocky Bot-Boa versus the Bat. It's happening right now!
We're gearing up for a really big match. We got two teams. The Bat, Rocky Bot-Boa, they're going to battle it out in a chance to go on to the grand finale for the title of the U.S. Championship. Bat, what is your strategy?
We're going to use our wings to distract them and then move in with the blade and just go in for the kill.
That blade is vicious and fierce.
Yeah, it weighs about 25 pounds, and at 3,000 RPM, it'll do a good job.
Rocky Bot-Boa.
Oh, yeah, you know how it is. We have a lot of respect for the Bat. We think that they are really strong, but nobody's as strong as the champ. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to hit them hard and hit them long. And that's what we're going to do, baby.
From Leland, North Carolina, Rocky Bot-Boa. From Stevenson Ranch, California, the Bat. Roboteers, stand by.
There's Rocky Bot-Boa, the crowd's favorite, and Dwayne Bingham behind the gum shield. And the Bat, with Patrick Campbell at the controls, Eric Stolker, and Barbara Romero. The housebots in the final will be Kilolot, and joining Kilolot for the gruesome twosome completion, Shunt with a diamond edge axe.
3, 2, 1, activate.
See the green light from Refbot. I gotta remind you, the winner of this bout go down to the grand finals of Robot Wars Extreme Warriors later in the series. But right now, Rocky Bot-Boa is looking hungry as they push the Bat into the corner patrol zone, and Shunt buries its axe right into the side of the Bat. The Bat still got its wings, but it can't fly away. Rocky Bot-Boa crossing the flames, trying to get a good angle at the Bat. But look at that, Rocky Bot-Boa is just dominating, carrying the Bat over to Kilolot's corner patrol zone, where Kilolot is going to make him feel the pain. Kilolot with those pincers from a Jaws of Life. Just trying to remind the Bat to stay out of where he doesn't belong. Rocky Bot-Boa dragging the Bat into the grinders, up against the rails. The Bat better get its bot in gear, or else they are going to be out of there. They've got that 2,500 RPM spinning flywheel going, but it hasn't connected. Great strategy on Rocky Bot-Boa's part to come in only from the side. Stay away from that front weapon because it can do some damage like we've seen in previous rounds. Well, the bat is looking limp and battered. Well, and back up onto the fire, maybe we have some pride back. Rocky Bot-Boa is not giving up here. We haven't seen much action out of that saw, but we haven't needed to because Bot-Boa's been on the attack from the beginning. The poor bat doesn't know which way is up at this point. He's on fire, he's battered. Bot-Boa just won't let up. And it could be, yes it is, time to go back to the bat game as Rocky Bot-Boa are the champions at this final. Great battle.
Unfortunately for the bat did not fly. The bat flapped its wings straight into the pit, and Rocky Bot-Boa marches on towards the finals. Let's face it, you ended up in the pit, your wings were fried, and in a sense, you got your bat kicked out there.
Yeah, we tried to go for the jugular, try to get a bite on him, but maybe we should have went for his ear.
Maybe so. It seems to me like Rocky Bot-Boa is virtually impervious to pain. How do you like their chances in the Robot Wars finale?
Definitely a tough bot. We'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll see how it goes. Now, Rock, I got to tell you, you reminded me a lot of me in my prime out there.
Well, at least you had a project.
There we go. We will say that line every single time we're out here. But, Rock, what was the secret there? Were you intimidated by the bat's wings, or you just, I noticed you're looking a little more beaten, a little more battered every time. It doesn't seem to faze you.
Well, we had a beauty, you know what I'm saying?
Would you care to translate that for me?
Good boy, shut up your face, huh? We had a nice indestructible robot. We knew we weren't going to take any damage, so we just went after him and hit the front blade as many times as we could and took all the punishment we wanted to.
Okay, you're now our second finalist in the Robot Wars Extreme Warrior Championship. How do you figure you're going to do?
Oh, we're going to do great. There's no robots out there that can take a punishment like Rocky can. So we're going to dominate them all and push them all in the pit and get that chain going.
Okay, that remains to be seen. Is there going to be a rematch? Okay, never mind. All right, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned next time as 6 more of the greatest robots in the world fight it out in an attempt to become the Robot Wars Extreme Warriors champion. Until next time, Rock, fight on!